Hi, I am Shawnee. I am the embodiment and creativity coach, and I am here to help you get your book written. And today we're going to talk about the 7 secret ways that you are sabotaging your book. The 7 secret ways that you are sabotaging writing your book. So if you are not writing your book, if you're not getting it done, if you're suffering from writer's block, that is because you are unconsciously doing one of these 7 deadly sins of creativity and productivity. Sin number 1 is too much pleasure. Hey there, all my hedonists, all my pleasure seekers, all my feeling great, getting fed grapes, and then you masturbate, all with the intention of the idea that I'm going to pleasure my way into getting my book written. Meanwhile, your book isn't getting written. You've got a blank page. You maybe got a couple of poems, but you don't have a book. Honey. So I know. You're like, Shawnee, but you wrote a whole book about sensuality and you talk all about the importance of pleasure and all those different things. So what am I doing wrong? How is too much pleasure not helping me? How is too much pleasure being a creativity and productivity blocker? So yes, my dear, you're so right. But when you have all the pleasure, then you get no action, and then you get no book. And when you get no book, then, well, you just don't get to be a published author. So what ends up happening is that pleasure becomes the excuse. It blocks your creativity and productivity. And let me tell you that there are 1 or 2 ways that this can happen. So 1, you are someone who has a history of not giving yourself pleasure and not taking breaks. You're someone who prides yourself on pushing through so you can get and then when you end up getting a taste of pleasure, you're like, all right, what? I'm gonna get on pleasure. But then you're making up for all the lost years in which you weren't, pleasuring yourself. Or 2, you are someone who has a history of indulging, especially when you're stressed. And then you lose momentum and you convince yourself, oh, I'm just doing self-care, when reality, it's procrastination. So what's the solution for both of these groups, for this deadly sin of pleasure in your creativity and productivity? The solution is to get into a healthy and conscious relationship with your body, with your pleasure, so that you can tap into the flow of your creativity in the right way. So some things that pleasure does for your writing practice, when it is done right, is 1, it relaxes your nervous system. It makes you more sustainable in your creativity and your writing. 2, it helps you to slow down and savor and notice all the beautiful details that will enrich your writing. And 3, okay, y'all know I'm always talking about opening the portal of your creativity. Opening portals, wink, wink. So for those of you who know the chakra system, this area right here, all this right here, this hips, the pelvis, the genitals, etc., the pleasure centers, that is also the area of creativity, of creation. So this is what I do. What I do is I help people who are on their book writing journey. I help them to stay on track, connect with their creativity so that you can get your book written. There's a few places that you can find out more information about this deadly sin of creativity and productivity. 1, you can look at my book. I don't have it with me, but chapter 17 is on pleasure. Chapter 10 is on embodiment, how to connect with your body. Chapter 23 is for my workaholics. Number 2, what you can do is, if you are ready to write your book, then you can work with me one-on-one, or you can join my 90-day book writing course that's starting this fall. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Unleash the author within. Or finally, I also have a group on Facebook for all my people who are starting their books, my creative folks, my leaders, my people who have a message inside of them. And this is a group where I will be sharing tips and stories and things so that you can get your book written. So all of those different things, you could find that. I think you could find it in the comments. I think I'm going to put it in the comments. Anyways, one question for you. Tell me in the comments below, is this your way of sabotaging your book? Are you a pleasure seeker? All right, y'all. That's the live for today. I'll see you later. Cha cha cha.